Every day when I arrive at work, I say good morning to the volunteers. It's early, but there's always one volunteer who gets there before me. She works full-time, and she comes in every morning before work to pack groceries in our food pantry for an hour before she slips out the door just as the regular volunteers are arriving for the day. One morning, a gentleman told me he lives on disability payments, and it's hard to make ends meet. He doesn't want his adult children to worry about him, but he's lonely living alone. He appreciates coming to the pantry to see our volunteers and our staff as much as to get help with groceries. I asked our pantry staff if they could add an extra pastry to his groceries. They smiled. Apparently, his fondness for our pastries was well known among our staff and volunteers already. We see this in our Norwalk pantry as well. We're in the heart of South Norwalk, and we've been in the neighborhood for decades. Many of our clients walk to the pantry, and more than one stay for a cup of coffee and a conversation. Plenty of others stop by just to pick up a loaf of bread that we always have out for anyone who would like it, appointment or not. We're like the food pantry equivalent of Cheers, where everyone knows your name. The Stamford location launched in 2018 with P2P on Wheels, our mobile food pantry and casework office. Having a mobile pantry allows us to get food where it needs to be, serving the Stamford neighborhoods where our clients live, overcoming the barrier of transportation, and making sure that no one who needs food goes without it, especially our seniors. Our caseworkers meet one-on-one with anyone looking for assistance. Recently, we helped negotiate a rent payment plan with a landlord to avoid a woman being evicted who's got a teenage son and is battling cancer. She just needs some help to get through this rough patch. We don't put up any hurdles to receive assistance. You can walk in off the street and we'll help you today. You can be a citizen or undocumented. We help everyone who needs us. Our caseworkers manage our emergency financial assistance program. This program has quadrupled because of the pandemic. So many people have lost their jobs. Some because they got sick with the virus and couldn't work, and many others because their jobs simply went away. We've transitioned our Darien food pantry from a small self-select grocery store to a drive-through model during the pandemic. So our staff and volunteers are inside a toasty, warm, heated tent, and our clients stay in their cars. One day there was a gentleman who insisted on getting out of his car, even though it was freezing cold out. He was very well dressed. He said, "Everything I'm wearing, I got from person to person. See this? You did this." We've had to experiment a bit in our clothing center, pre-packing clothing, offering pop-up shops. But the important thing is that unlike other clothing programs, we never stopped innovating and we never shut down. During this year's toy store, a couple walked up to us and handed us a small check. The man explained that he had come to person with his mother for clothing and food when he was a child. Now, he and his wife own their own business in Greenwich, and they wanted to give back. We love it when it comes full circle. We see a former client come back to us as a volunteer or a donor, even a board member. We know that the help we give has the power to transform lives. These are just a few stories, and every client has one. At Person to Person, we have 28,000 stories. 28,000 individuals have healthier, more stable lives thanks to the efforts of the volunteers, donors, and community members that make sure, as long as there's a need, P2P is here to help.